Breaking news, ex-Trump attorney Jenna Ellis to cooperate in Arizona fake electors case, charges to be dropped. And this follows a long line of close Trump allies turning their backs on him and saying they won't endorse him, he's unfit to be president, he has the cognitive ability of a kindergartner, or striking a deal so they don't have to go to jail for him. To refresh you on the fake elector scheme really quickly, the fake electors were indicted by a grand jury this April for signing bogus documents claiming that Donald Trump won the 2020 election after Trump's campaign allegedly urged them to do so. And a lot of the fake electors that were indicted are saying that they were tricked by the Trump campaign, which I don't know if that's true or not yet, but we do know that a lot of these claims about election fraud that were false were top down, coming from Donald Trump himself or Rudy Giuliani himself, and then making their way to the fake electors. Trump is identified in the indictment as an unindicted co-conspirator 1. In the indictment, all of the fake electors are implicated in an attempt to deceive, quote, the public with false claims of election fraud in order to prevent the lawful transfer of the presidency. They are accused of attempting to keep, quote, President Donald J. Trump in office against the will of Arizona voters and depriving Arizona voters of their right to vote and have their votes counted. So this is serious stuff. These are not good people. They were trying to subvert the will of the American people in every sense of the way, and for a thriving democracy, these people should be punished. So, on to the article about Trump's old ally, Jenna Ellis. Make sure you leave a like on this video if you appreciate what I do. Former President Donald Trump's campaign attorney, Jenna Ellis, who worked closely with Rudy Giuliani, here we go, will cooperate with Arizona prosecutors in exchange for charges being dropped against her in a fake electors case, the state attorney's general office announced on Monday today. Ellis has previously pleaded not guilty to fraud, forgery, and conspiracy charges in the Arizona case. Quote, her insights are invaluable and will greatly aid the state in proving its case in court, Attorney General Chris Mays said in a statement. Quote, as I stated when the initial charges were announced, I will not allow American democracy to be undermined. It is far too important. Today's announcement is a win for the rule of law. But wait, it gets better. Jenna Ellis is the one that began crying in court about a year ago. Now, Donald Trump did not pick the strongest or smartest soldiers when assembling this fake elector scheme.
To what she said in court moments ago, taking responsibility.
If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges. I look back on this whole experience with deep remorse. I have taken responsibility already before the Colorado bar who censured me, and I now take responsibility before this court and apologize to the people of Georgia.
She was only taking responsibility when she realized she is completely screwed. I say, F around, find out. You try to subvert the will of the American people, something that many, many people have died for since the inception of America, then yeah, I'm sorry, you should go to jail. But the fact that she's flipped on Donald Trump is pretty funny. Ellis has previously pleaded not guilty to fraud, forgery, and conspiracy charges. Last year, Ellis was charged in Georgia after she appeared with Giuliani at a December 2020 hearing hosted by state Republican lawmakers at the Georgia Capitol, during which false allegations of election fraud were made. She had pleaded guilty in October to one felony count of aiding and abetting false statements and writings. While not a fake elector in Arizona, prosecutors say Ellis made false claims of widespread election fraud in that state and 6 others, encouraged the Arizona legislature to change the outcome of the election, and encouraged then Vice President Mike Pence to accept Arizona's fake elector votes. Honestly, I have no sympathy. MeidasTouch reads, former Trump attorney Jenna Ellis has given a proffer and agreed to cooperate further against her co-defendants in Arizona's prosecution of the fake elector scheme. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays issued a statement this afternoon saying that Ellis has valuable insights. There are 17 other co-defendants with Ellis who were indicted in the case. This cooperation agreement means that she has already sat down for interviews with prosecutors and provided useful information against some of the others. She has already done it and agreed to testify against them and plead guilty. Ellis's co-defendants included Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Christina Bobb, Boris Epstein, John Eastman. Giuliani has previously tried to claim that he has nothing to do with the Arizona case and tried to shift the blame onto Christina Robb. Classic old Rudy Giuliani, just an absolute absolute scumbag, but this is a stacked list right here. I mean, she is snitching on some really, really important people. That is one thing that may have led to her cooperation with prosecutors, since Ellis would be in the best position to know what role he played directly in the case. Right here is a video showing that Rudy throws his co-defendant in Arizona, Christina Bobb, under the bus. He says he was in the hospital with COVID, so she was the one who gathered all the original evidence, then stayed with that investigation for 2 years.
She went there because I was still recovering, and she gathered all the original evidence. And it is, I mean, I've tried many, many cases as a prosecutor. I've never lost a case. And I've never seen more evidence. And then she stayed with it for 2 years afterwards. And talk about it. So she's very dangerous to them. She's very dangerous to them because she's also very competent, and they're very afraid.
Rudy Giuliani has zero spine whatsoever. Ellis's contact with Trump seems to have been minimal or non-existent, with Rudy as her contact with the White House, so it seems unlikely that her cooperation would lead to a Trump indictment. Trump has been listed as an unindicted co-conspirator, but certainly anything is possible, as we've seen thus far. I mean, these past few months have been a roller coaster. Just about 2 months ago, Donald Trump was convicted on all 34 counts. Then since then, we've gotten a new Democratic nominee. We've had a terrible debate. We've had a near assassination. I mean, everything keeps changing under our feet every 2 weeks, so who knows whether or not Donald Trump might eventually be taken in and might be prosecuted or convicted on this case in particular. And we know how Donald Trump will react if he has to go through another court case. He will act like a child who is kicking and screaming and just blowing up all over social media. I just want to point out that Donald Trump has repeatedly undermined every single institution in America, even before January 6th, on January 6th, after January 6th, and this is how authoritarianism creeps into the mainstream. I can't talk about this enough, but when Donald Trump makes it seem like he is the only one that voters can trust. When I go to a Trump rally and I talk to his voters and I ask them, do you trust Mike Pence? They say no. Do you trust Mark Meadows? No. Obama? Of course not. Do you trust Bill Barr? No. Do you trust the FBI or DOJ? They're corrupt. They only trust Donald Trump because for years he has been saying that every single court is rigged, every single institution is rigged, every single election is rigged, from the mail person that is gathering the ballots to the Dominion voting machines. Donald Trump likes to play victim and undermine everything around him. So now we have a large section of the country that just think that every single institution is rigged against them. A lot of white men think they're being persecuted in America and think that things are being rigged against them because Donald Trump has created this atmosphere of distrust in our country, distrusting your fellow citizen, dividing people based on race or based on their political party, and just distrusting people for their jobs. If somebody is a judge or a judge's daughter, they are automatically hated by half of the country, and it is absolutely wild to me that he gets away with this. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button, make sure you're registered to vote, and make sure everybody else you know is not only registered to vote, but has a plan to get to the booths on November 5th. Make sure that that is the case. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, leave a like, comment a blue heart. Most importantly, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.